Hi guys, it's Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today I am reviewing Ellis Brooklyn's newest release. It's called Apple Love. I got myself a little 10 ml from Sephora last week and I have some thoughts. If this is your first time watching, I would love to hear in the comments where you're watching from, what part of the world are you in, and have you tried this yet, and what are your thoughts? All right, so this is the Ellis Brooklyn Apple Love. It's the newest release from Ellis Brooklyn. If you're not familiar with Ellis Brooklyn, they are a clean house. They do some pretty interesting creations. And personally, I've been a fan not since the very beginning. I think her first 4 or 5 releases that included, Fawn, Sci-Fi, Myth, Rose, and one other one, I wasn't like super into. I was a little bit, but not super into. I really fell in love with the house when she released West, which is like a citrusy, orange, beautiful summer scent. And then I fell even harder in love when she released Après, which is like a wintry kind of piney forest type of scent, very Christmassy. And then I fell really hard when she released this is the aftermath of COVID. Like literally it's taking me 10 minutes just sitting here filming, trying to remember the name of the fragrance that I'm in love with. It's the figgy, sunfruit, that's what it's called, sunfruit. It's like a figgy, creamy, beautiful floral fragrance. That is my absolute favorite from the house, hands down, with Après coming in a close second. So I haven't smelled everything. I haven't smelled bee, I haven't smelled milk, I haven't smelled amber, I think it's called. And I do intend to get my nose on all of them. One thing to know about Ellis Brooklyn, I personally love the house because I feel that the scents are unique. They're like, she uses very popular notes, but they always have sort of a unique spin. And I really appreciate that they're clean fragrances. The thing to note about Ellis Brooklyn, however, is that the longevity is not great. And I kind of go in to a clean house sort of having that expectation, that it's not going to be the same longevity as with like a Chanel. I don't mind. These fragrances are also really well priced. I think they sit close to like 110 for, I think the bigger bottles are 50 mLs or 100 mLs. I'll put it down below. But yeah, they're reasonably priced and just gorgeous fragrances. So anyways, I got this. I'm not like a huge Apple fan, but I got this because like I said, I really like the house, really excited to try something new. Also super into fall scents. It's still like 100 degrees in Austin. Not really. It's 96 now. We've cooled down to 96. But this weekend, it's actually going to dip down on Saturday. We're going to have a high of 70 during the day, which is like such a huge gap from where we are now. And I'm actually going to a pumpkin festival on Saturday with a dear friend of mine who actually is preggers for the first time ever. And she loves fall type of scents. And so I most likely will be gifting this to her because what better, fragrance to wear in the fall when you're pregnant and you don't want to put a ton of chemicals on your skin. Here's a clean fragrance. So anyways, let's get into the fragrance. Okay, so Apple Love is supposed to be about New York City, like the Big Apple. I don't really get a New York City vibe from it, to be honest. I'm going to spray this, give it a sniff, and kind of tell you what my take on it is. I'll list the notes over here, but basically this is an apple dominant fragrance with a little bit of peach, a little bit of plum blossom. There's some vanilla. I believe in the dry down there's sandalwood, praline, maybe some ambroxan. So it's primarily an apple fragrance, but it does have some depth to it as well. I was a little nervous. I personally don't really love juicy apple, the Kylie apple. I think it's called Eden. I personally don't really love that. It kind of falls a little flat for me. It's a little like sort of Bath and Body Works-ish kind of shampoo-y vibes, which is fine for me if it's just a mist. But if you're spending money on like a perfume, I just want it to have a little bit more depth. And I will tell you guys that Apple Love filled in the gaps. Different fragrances, of course, but this filled in the gaps of what I was really wanting from the Kylie fragrance, just as far as the depth, the complexity, and the journey that the fragrance takes you on. So let's give this a little sniff. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but there's also a little bit of peach in the mid here as well. So up top, it's like a super juicy, crisp apple. Like super crisp, but it also has a very like sweet fruity element. It's not like as tart as you would think it would be, being so apple dominant. I keep saying dominant. Yeah, it's really pretty on the top. It smells familiar. There's something that this reminds me of. I can't 100% put my mind to it, but it's something from my past, maybe like high school. This is not going to be a generic kind of apple body mist scent because you're not getting that sort of like tart sharpness. It's way more rounded. It's way more sweet and kind of floral. Very pretty, definitely leans feminine. I wore test this over the weekend and the dry down on this is gorgeous. It's very, yeah, kind of like woodsy on the dry down. The vanilla starts to come out. It's beautiful. This fragrance definitely changes from when you spray it on. Like I said, longevity, not great. But I will tell you this, and this is why I'm excited about this fragrance. This smells like early fall in a bottle. Like if you could bottle up early fall before the leaves start, well, maybe right as the leaves start turning, right as people start putting out their Halloween decorations. It's still kind of warm out, but at night it's getting a little crisp. I mean, not here, but for most people. It has that like back to school vibe smell. Things are starting to get chilly. It's starting to get dark out earlier. Maybe you're going apple picking. Like this is late September, early October in a bottle. It encapsulates the smell of that 2-week period, or maybe like 3 to 4 week period, so perfectly. So I'm super excited because I'm going to give this to my friend. I don't think she watches my channel, so hopefully not. I don't think she does, but if you see this, Tess, I'm sorry I ruined your surprise, but yeah, I'm going to definitely give this to her. I feel like it's perfect fall vibes. It's perfect, like we're going to a pumpkin festival. We're going to get like our faces painted and maybe ride some ponies and like explore our inner children a little bit. Hopefully eat some pumpkin pie. I'll probably drink some hard cider. She'll probably drink regular cider. This is definitely the vibe for that. So this is a fall fragrance. If you're not quite ready to go into that super gourmand territory with like the super heavy vanillas and the sugary, like sweet kind of lemon pie, apple pie kind of fragrances, because this stays really bright throughout the wear. Yeah, this is really pretty. I think if you want something that's a little bit more wearable, a little bit lighter, a little bit easier, like it's not going to piss anybody off, it's not going to fill up a room, it's not going to choke anyone out. If you want just a simple wearable fragrance, like you can wear this to work, you can wear it to school, you can, nobody's going to have a problem with you wearing this. So yeah, I think that this is going to be a crowd pleaser. I think it's a wonderful release from the house. For me personally, it's not something that I think I would reach for. Like I can really appreciate it, but for me personally, I'm more into like vanillas right now, and I do really like this fragrance. I think it's a great fragrance. It just would make the perfect gift for my friend. And since I'm going to see her on Saturday, she's going to get this from me. So that is my review on Ellis Brooklyn's Apple Love. I think it's something you should definitely check out. I know that most Sephoras have these right now, so you can hopefully go sniff test them at Sephora. Otherwise, I think I paid like maybe $25-30 for this on the Sephora website. Yeah, it's 10 ml, like super cute. You can just throw it in your purse. It'll last you a bit, and if you want to like figure out if you like this before you spring for a full bottle. Plus, I think because this is, the scent is so, to me, so perfectly matching for like this very small window in the fall. For me, I feel like I would only need this much to get me through this little window, right? I mean, of course you can buy a big bottle and then like wear the rest next year, but I'm also really hesitant to buy big bottles of Ellis Brooklyn or any kind of other clean scent if I'm not going to be like wearing it as my signature scent, because clean fragrances do expire faster than ones that have lots of chemicals and fragrance in them. So yeah, so that's Ellis Brooklyn Apple Love. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button down below. Make sure you hit the alarm bell and click on all notifications so that you're notified every time I post a new video. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.